There's no way. I'm hitting that really hard. Is this a joke? Hi guys, today we're taking a look at MGA's Miniverse Make It Mini Valentine's Day balls. I have 3 of these, so let's go ahead and get started. We might actually be making a dish that's right on the front of the ball. We have some cherry custard. Ooh, this is very cute. Very small spatula. And a small heart that goes on top of the ball. Oh, there's something on the back of it. It says mini. We got cherries and also whipped cream. Ooh, some heart brownies, some chocolate curls. So this is a cherry, is it Choco? Yeah, Choco, like Choco Trifle. Okay, so step 1 is to put some resin at the bottom. So I believe that's in the cherry custard. I don't think the spatula is actually very helpful, but all right, we're just gonna go all in. That at least looks a little better. Like there's like a line, a definite pink line for that. Now it's time for the chocolate hearts. Our hearts look a little sad. I think the end result will look a whole lot better, so we're just gonna hope for that. Okay, next up is more resin in the center, and it does not easily come off the spatula. It does not look good. And we're almost out of this. We just have this gaping hole here. I think I am gonna have to use another resin to help fill that. So I am gonna use this Goo Lagoon water. I just did a SpongeBob video. Otherwise, all our cherries are gonna fall in that hole. And it's a layer of these. Now it's time for some chocolate curls. Next, we need to add more of the resin. I think this is the last of it, so now I can just use it all, smear it right across. Okay. You can't even really see all the layers. Now we have our whipped cream. Our layers are almost non-existent. However, the top does make up for it, and you can still see the chocolate hearts. So I do like this one, although we did not achieve the sort of picture perfect version of this. All right, moving on to ball number 2. Awesome, we got something different. Oh, this is nice packaging. Oh, this one, so I think there's supposed to be candies that are in here, and then you break this apart. That's very cute. It's a small, like Valentine's chocolate box. This looks like a mold for some X's and O's. And these are some icing, or not icing, sprinkles. And a very small mallet. It's a small spoon. And we got some white chocolate. Now, what we got from ball number 2 is the Heartbreak Surprise. I don't know how I feel about breaking it, because I kind of like this small box, and I like the idea of just having it presented in here. Let's add the red. We'll try that first. I think that's way too much, but maybe I'm wrong. I am married, so I will be spending Valentine's Day with my husband. We currently don't have any plans. We're not big on trying to catch dinner reservations during this busy holiday, so we usually just stay home and celebrate at our house. We're more of just the relaxing people type. But let me know in the comments how you'll be spending your Valentine's Day. Regardless of how you spend it, whether it's with someone or just on your own or with family or friends, I do hope you have a good one. That second one right here is just looking a bit gray versus brown, so I'm gonna try adding a little bit more. A little more of the powder. I might actually just need to put more across the board. I'm okay with the red ones, if those sort of look like they're like a white chocolate and red, sort of like marbling. But the chocolate one, I'd like for them to look as close to chocolate as possible. One thing that I did, and I advise you to do, is go ahead and flip over your mold to double check that you mixed it thoroughly. As you can see, I have the chocolate down there. However, on the front, it just looks like white chocolate. Yeah, I definitely need to redo that chocolate. I guess to not waste them, I could actually probably dust some of the sprinkles on top. Okay, I'm back. I do not think I'm going to use these again. These made a huge mess. I'm going to go ahead and pop these out. Here are the white chocolate. Those look pretty good. And I did not notice, but this middle, so these here, these are connected and these are not. So they actually fall out in individual O's and X's. Did the instructions tell you which one to put in first? Oh, you know, that is my bad. So I did not follow the directions. It says to steps 2 and 3, first add your powder, then add the resin. Okay, so that's completely my fault why those look like that. And I'm sure people at Miniverse tested this, and that's why they have that step, is to first put the powder so you don't end up with chocolate on one side, white chocolate on the other. I'm gonna make sure I'm vigorous with this process. Let me flip this over. Oh, those were some big air bubbles. We definitely did it better the second time. And that's perfectly okay. We're not always gonna get everything perfect first try. Yeah, those chocolate ones look a whole lot better. And that is everything that we got. Now it's time to put it in the chocolate box. All right, that looks better. That's more aesthetic. Oops. Now we just put our lid on. And that's ready to go. And then of course we have our little mallet. I think I have to hold the table. There's no way. I'm hitting that really hard. Is this a joke? Let me see. Let me read the insert. So the diagram shows you have your thumb on there, which your thumb can deliver quite a bit of force. So I think that's why I'm not able to break it just by swinging it like you would a normal mallet like that. Because that did nothing. All that did was sort of like scuff up the side. I don't know if I like this. There it goes. So that's the end. I'm not a fan of the breaking. I get it, like I understand. It is kind of a neat concept, but I think just for, like, what do I do now? Throw away all this chocolate pieces? I guess so. Moving on to ball number 3. Alright, we got a double. I think I'm gonna see what's in ball number 4. So this is ball number 4, since we got that double. Please be different. Oh wait, no! Okay, so we got 2 doubles. Okay, so since we got 2 doubles, we got the Triple Chocolate Trifle, as well as the chocolate box. Again, I'm thinking of utilizing these ingredients to make something else. I looked at some of my other Miniverse product that I have. I do have some blueberry pancakes, as well as like some ice cream. We had some blueberries. What is this one? This one, it was cocoa with, cocoa mix with marshmallows, and also a couple trays here. I haven't quite decided what I'm gonna do yet. I think these, maybe heart brownies, we can go ahead and ice them, put some sprinkles on them, and these themselves might look pretty good. I think they may even fit in the same packaging. So we could probably try that. That would be pretty simple. For the pancakes, there are small circles of blue for the blueberries already in the pancakes. I'm thinking of trying to figure out a way to turn those into chocolate chip pancakes. I think chocolate chip pancakes with cherries and maybe some Cool Whip would be nice. We do have some leftover Cool Whip here. So I did decide on chocolate pancakes, and I used these dry erase markers. I was really trying to find a Sharpie in brown, but I did not. So instead I had this dry erase marker, and I used the backside of the blueberry pancakes to go ahead and make chocolate chip pancakes. I had an extra plate from the Target food favorites, so I'm gonna go ahead and use that. And I will use the chocolate powder that's in here along with the white chocolate, or the white chocolate resin with the chocolate powder to make like a chocolate drizzle for the pancakes. We'll top it off with the whipped cream that came in the Valentine series. So this is what I'm thinking. And then just imagine there being chocolate drizzle. So I think we're gonna go for that. So I think I'm just gonna go for it and dump it in there. Dump it in the bottle. I added the rest of the powder from the first jar and all of the powder from the second jar into the white chocolate. I stirred it with the small spoon that came with the X's and O's. And the reason I put it inside the bottle is because I needed this squirt top so we can drizzle it on like chocolate syrup. All right, so here goes nothing. Let's see how this comes out. A little big clump. That looks pretty good. The chocolate syrup looks like chocolate syrup. Let's now add in our small whipped creams. And here's our completed chocolate chip pancakes with chocolate syrup and some whipped cream with cherries on top. So the plan is to have the brownies there, maybe have a pile of cherries from the Target Food Favorites, their holiday pack. There were some of these, I forget what they're called. There's some type of like coffee stick wafer thing, but I plan to utilize these as well. To make some cookies to place on the tray, I went ahead and took some of the blank spot cookies from the Target Food Favorites and cut off the ears. It's not a perfect circle cookie, however, I think by adding the icing and some sprinkles, we'll cover some of those imperfections. For this first cookie, I think I'm gonna use some of the cherry custard that we have and some sprinkles. For this next one, I'm gonna use chocolate. To decorate the cookie, I took some of the chocolate curls, used some scissors, and make kind of like chocolate shavings. For this next cookie, I'm going to use the white chocolate icing, mix it with some of the red powder to make a red frosting. Next, I'm going to do a white chocolate cookie with sprinkles. Next up, what I plan to use is actually the brownie bite packaging to fill it with cherries and marshmallows at the bottom. I have some marshmallows from the Choco mix. This was part of the Target Food Favorites, so I'm gonna do some to make some different types of chocolate bites. Alright, so I just finished curing these. They look pretty good on the back, so you can see that there's marshmallow and cherry within the chocolate dessert. I went ahead and added sprinkles into the X's and O mold. I'm going to add white chocolate on top of the sprinkles. We'll add these to our charcuterie board as well. Now it's time to assemble the charcuterie board. I think it came out pretty good since we used what we had. So we made some chocolates with marshmallows and cherries. We made use of the mini brownies as well as the cherries, some of the resin that we got with some sprinkles, and a couple items from the Target Holiday Make It mini series. All right, and there you have it. A Valentine's Day charcuterie board. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you would like to see more of my content. I'd also be interested to know how you plan on spending your Valentine's Day this season, and also which of these desserts was your favorite. So please leave a comment down below. I hope you have a great one. Bye.